Good evening. It is now 8:26, and I think I posted that I would be here live at 8 o'clock. And normally I would probably blame my delay on age because I was trying to go live on my laptop through the Facebook website, which I've never done before. And usually I'll be like, I'm just too old to figure this out, this technology. But since I'm talking about aging tonight, I won't blame it on that. I just need to build up my technological abilities or skills or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so for anybody who doesn't know, I'm Dr. Melissa Green. I'm a licensed psychologist, and I'm also a registered yoga teacher. Tonight, I am going to talk about aging and age beliefs and the impact of some of those beliefs on our lifestyles and our thinking about other things, thinking about ourselves in general. So earlier today, I put a post out on social media, and I asked some people verbally what were the first thoughts that come to mind when they think about an older person. And I see my sister Geraldine is on here. Hey, now that you're on here and you're saying hello, I'm going to put you on the spot if you want. So I asked people to give me some words that come to mind when they think about an older person. And here are some things that came out. Respect, fragile, vulnerable, lonely, wisdom, history, weak, limited, knowledgeable. So that's just a few of the things that people said that come to mind when they think about an older person. And in this list, there are some positives and some negatives, or some things that might be considered to be weaknesses. However, in general, when people are asked, particularly in the U.S., to give the first 5 words that come to mind when they think of an older person, there usually is a slant more towards things that are negative or things that suggest that there are major limitations or impairments that the person has. And what I want to talk about is how those age beliefs can impact us, impact not only those of us who have the beliefs, but it also can impact the people that we have the beliefs about. If they start to get those messages from the environment, from things that they see, things that they hear, then it can start to affect their self-esteem as well. I started reading this very interesting book called Breaking the Age Code by a psychologist and professor of public health and psychology at Yale School of Public Health. Her name is Dr. Becca Levy. She wrote the book, and she did a lot of research on age beliefs and how positive age beliefs can have a positive impact on a person's health and longevity as far as their lifespan. And just the opposite is true for people that have negative age beliefs, and it can have a negative impact on their health and their longevity, which is pretty amazing to me. So, if you think about in some cultures, as people age, they are revered more, they are respected more. Generally, what you see in the United States as people get older, honestly, they're seen as being less capable, or, they're just kind of seen as something just put to the side and really not look towards for wisdom or for guidance, where you may see that more in some other cultures. So I went to a couple of sites. One is the AARP site, which I happened to join last year when I turned 50. And the other is the National Institute on Aging. And they have some common beliefs or myths about older people. And I want to go through some of these. So the first one that's listed here says depression and loneliness are normal in older adults. So that is actually not true. People may have a tendency to think that as you age, there's a higher probability of you becoming depressed or lonely. And that's not necessarily the case. There are people who do get depressed or anxious as they get older, but that's not the typical thing that happens. And so I think it's important to be aware of that. I think that sometimes people believe that as you get older, your life stops and then you become secluded and you're just sad and depressed and lonely, and that's typically not the case. Another myth here that's listed says older adults can't learn new things. And that's absolutely not true. There are lots of things that you can learn as you get older. You can even do things to improve your cognitive abilities, your memory, the way that you take in information. There are lots of things. I see this. You say you don't think so. I'm not sure that. Think that you cannot learn as you get older. Yeah, as you get older, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that older adults can learn new things. I'm saying the myth is older adults can't learn new things. So I may have said it in a way that was confusing, but that's the myth. Older adults cannot learn new things. But the reality is that you definitely can learn new things as you get older. And that actually helps to preserve some of your cognitive abilities if you are taking classes or learning new things, actually, because it expands certain parts of the brain. It helps to make it a little bit more flexible. Another myth, it is inevitable that older people will get dementia. So dementia, which is something that I will talk about in the third month, and I guess I should have started out by saying this is the beginning of a 3-month series of weekly live videos. This month, I have the schedule posted on my Facebook cover, but towards the third month, and I'll talk more about dementia and different types of dementia. But here it says it is inevitable that older people will get dementia. So dementia is not a normal part of aging. So that is not true, that it's inevitable. As you get older, the risk for dementia does increase. However, it's not an automatic. Now I'm going to go in here and see what I'm saying that I will still like to learn new things. Okay, yes. So you can still learn new things, Geraldine. I probably said it in a way that was confusing. I was just reading what the actual myth is. Okay. So another myth, and I'm switching to the other page here. Okay, so just to expand on the myth about learning new things and, you know, things that fall within the cognitive realm. Also, I think what the research shows is that as people get older, they are able to resolve conflicts better. So, not just, the emotional intelligence, I guess, one aspect of emotional intelligence at least improves as people age. Okay, so another myth here is older workers are less productive and not as reliable as younger workers. So, in actuality, what they say here is that when comparing younger adults age 20 to 31 with older adults age 65 to 80 on 12 tasks, so this was a study that was done. Researchers, they found that the older adults in the age group of 65 to 80, they were consistently more productive and more reliable. And what they attributed that to is that they were able to learn strategies to help them to problem solve. Their moods were more stable. They also had more of a balanced daily routine. So there are some benefits to aging, like being able to, again, manage conflicts or resolve conflicts and do some problem solving tasks may get better. And there was one more. So here's another one. Older adults should take it easy and avoid exercise so they don't get injured. So exercise is actually very beneficial. And I think she's saying that my video is freezing.